Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing my very late January wrap. Alright guys, so in January I did not read a ton. It's been slower, my reading this year, because of pregnancy and stuff. I've just been in on and off slumps. I did read about 6 books in total that I'm counting. There is an extra book I'm going to talk about here, and 2 of these 6 books are technically children's too. So, but yeah, let's just get into it. The first book I read with my daughter, and that is The Heroes for Young Readers, Bethany Hamilton, Riding the Waves. This is a very short children's book. I almost didn't count this, but I went ahead and counted it just because. But yes, this is very short. She is 4 going on 5. So this is kind of simple, honestly. I feel like she could handle a lot more in detail. So I know there's some of like the Heroes for Young Readers that are a higher age range, maybe like 6 to 8 or something. I might look into getting some of those to read with her instead of these, but for right now I got a couple of these. So, and we read this one. This is the first actual full book that I finished in January. I had been reading for a while, but I did read more than like, because I'd been taking my time. So I read like 50% of it very end of December into like beginning of January, honestly. And that is The Fellowship of the Ring by j.r.r. Tolkien. I am very glad I finally got this done. I was just, it wasn't bad because I took, you know, so long reading it. I just like was reading it so slow because just the way the writing was and the story, you know, I really wanted to like relish in it and to not like try to speed through. I wanted to get everything. When I did, I switched over to reading with my Kindle for some of this too towards the end there, because I just been having a really hard time reading, and when I'm not feeling good and I'm kind of like laid up and really sick, it's a lot easier to pick up my Kindle and read than it is to pick up a physical book and kind of like hold it, which I love physical books, so that's been hard for me, but I am very glad I have my Kindle now that I'm able to still do that. So that did help me a little bit, like just get through it a little faster there. But this was really good, guys. This was so good. I don't think I gave the other one a rating. It's a children's book. I mean, probably like a 3 or something stars. But this one right here, I think for me is going to be a 4.5 stars. I think like objectively writing and all that stuff, like I 100% understand the 5-star feel and all of that. But for me subjectively, personally, it's just a little bit slower than I prefer for my taste. And I'm also just not a huge fantasy lover. So there are aspects that I'm just not as interested in, but I still really did love this, and I am a big fan of the movies, so it was really fun to kind of see what was in the movies and what wasn't in the movies, and like how much stuff they like tweaked or changed. So I really enjoyed that aspect, and it was an amazing book. It was 4.5. I was very glad I finally finished. All right, the next 2 books were on my Kindle, and they were romance books. The first one was When Alec Met Evie, I believe, by Jenny Proctor. This was the final book, I believe, in the, is this the Abby's? I think this is the Abby's hockey like series. This is a clean romance hockey series, and I really enjoyed this series. Like, I feel like it's pretty, like, just good, light, fun romances. This was one of my favorites, honestly, of the series. It is a single mom trope. It's his sister's best friend. There is an age gap, which I don't always love depending on how it's done, but I didn't mind it at all in this one. It's just really wholesome. There's a, like, it's a single mom, but it's a single mom with a baby, like baby, a couple, you know, like I think she's supposed to be like 4 or 5 months maybe at the beginning. So I really loved like the real life mom moments and all that stuff personally. So yes, this was definitely like one of my favorites of the series. I will say, I know some people don't like tension in their books, even if it's clean, and Jenny Proctor does do some tension along with Emma St. Clair, who is the other author that co-authored this series with her. They went back and forth with books. So if you don't like tension, I probably wouldn't suggest this series because there is some. I don't think it's excessive or anything like that, but it is there in some parts of the book. So fair warning on that. But I believe I gave this one a 4.5 because, like I said, it was one of my favorites. So, and then the next one that I read was The One with the Kiss Cam by Cindy Steele. I really hope I said the right author's name there, because I'm just like all frazzled. I heard Oshina talking about this one, I think in her December wrap up, and she was like loving it. I started this one, guys. I was into it. I was like, yes. And then, you know, I've been slumpy and I just like did not read it and pick it up for so long. And then once I picked it up again, I enjoyed it. Like, there wasn't anything, you know, like crazy whatever about it. It was quite an interesting concept. There was one thing that I don't remember Oshina talking about that I didn't like. And that is kind of like what happens with this story is there's like a meet cute type of thing at the beginning. And, you know, these two kind of hang out and everything, but she is moving. The main character is moving to go help take care of a relative for a few years. So they like don't see each other. They're not going to see each other. So after that first part of the book, which was actually more of the book than I thought it was going to be, it was a good few like chapters there at the beginning. But after that, like we time jump ahead a good few years. I can't remember exactly how many, like somewhere between 3 and 5, I think. But we jump ahead and then like obviously they're going to meet again and stuff. The thing that bothered me in this book, which I still ended up enjoying the book, and they did end up resolving it in a not too, you know, confrontational or conflicting way, but I just didn't like that it had to be here at all. I was like, you just could have written differently. But it was the fact that when they met again, you know, obviously they were like, oh my gosh, it's you. He has a girlfriend. And yeah, he has a girlfriend of almost the entire time that she's been gone. Like, he got this girlfriend and she's kind of been a long time girlfriend almost the entire time she's been gone. And he doesn't just like break up with her immediately. Like, it's a while before he breaks up with her. And I'm just kind of sitting here like, I didn't want to like see him immediately break up with her because she came back or something like that. But why did he have to have a girlfriend? Why did he have to find a girl, be in a long-term like relationship? Like, this is 3+ years relationship. Like, I just didn't like it because it just seemed like he was just using that other girl the entire time when she was thinking like they were really going places. I don't know. But like I said, he does eventually, and it does like get, and it's not too conflicting, but in the back of my mind, I was just like, but, so that was like the one thing I didn't like about it. I don't remember what I rated this. I will like I'll put the rating up somewhere because I'll check, but I think maybe it was like a 4 stars or something. It wasn't bad. I feel like without that, I would have enjoyed it more, but I was also like in an on and off slump this entire month. And so I don't know. I feel like I could have maybe enjoyed it more if I was able to just sit and read it all the way through, and you know, but there were a lot of things about this that I did enjoy. It was a clean romance. There was nothing in it really. I'm trying to remember, was there any cussing of any sort? I don't recall any cussing. Again, I've been all over the place, so I haven't been like writing notes on everything. I don't recall any cussing, and I don't really remember much or any tension at all in this one either, just because of kind of like the storyline and what is happening and stuff. It's not like there's as many opportunities for a whole bunch of like tension and stuff like that anyway, so I enjoyed this one. And then the next book that I read was a reread for me, but it was my first time rereading it. Y'all all know that I have reread Jurassic Park like 5-6 times, something like that. But the second one, which many people do not know, there is a second one, The Lost World by Michael Crichton, I have only read once, and I had not read it. I've been slumpy, and I was just thinking about Jurassic Park for some reason. Don't ask me why. It's one of my favorite books. And I was like, you know what? I haven't reread the second one. Like, all I remember about it is that it was quite different from the movie, like drastically so compared to the first novel. So I really wanted to reread it, and I did, and I really enjoyed it. It was not quite a 5-star. It started out really feeling like it was going to, but there was some stuff that pushed it down a little bit. I think I landed at like a 4.5 star or so, but I do have a full review just rambling and talking about all the differences and all of my thoughts. So if you want to hear a crazy person go on about Jurassic Park, there you go. You can head on over to that video, and I won't say anything else about it, but yes, I really loved it. And then the last book that I read this month was The Bobbsey Twins' Adventure in the Country. This is by Laura Lee Hope, just like a little like children's chapter book type thing, an older one. I had never read these before. It was okay, maybe like a 3.5. It had like some really like just nice fun, like, oh, we're on the country, we're in the farm, like fun stuff. They're making ice cream, you know, like just fun like day-to-day life stuff that can be nice and fun for kids to read. I like that stuff, but it wasn't like done in the best way possible, I guess. I don't know if I will continue to read this series or get any more of these books in particular. If you're definitely, you know, interested or like that, then I would recommend it. Obviously, if reading it to my girls or something, if they're obsessed with it, then, you know, you get more because the kids are obsessed with it. There was nothing like inappropriate or whatnot in this book at all, so it was clean. That was my reading month. I did read a NetGalley book that I had, but it was a children's book. It's called What's in Mommy's Tummy. This was cute. I read it like with my kids too. I believe it came out sometime in January. I'll try to find that and put that up. But just like cute and stuff to kind of help younger kids understand and stuff. It's funny, the kids kind of like, well, what's in your tummy? Is it like a kangaroo? Because it's kicking, you know, like all of these funny things and everything. So just pretty basic, simple, goofy stuff. But yeah, so those are the books that I read. It wasn't an awful reading month, even though I, you know, was having, I think the worst part about the month was just how much I was struggling to read most of the time. You know, it was just hard for me to pick up a book. It was hard for me to want to read. But what I did read, most of it wasn't bad at all. I mean, The Lost World, I literally sped through in 2 days. I think that was like the best reading experience I had all month with just my engagement level and attentiveness and stuff like that. But I mean, I had like 3 4.5 star reads out of like the 6, so I still think it was a pretty enjoyable reading month. It was just harder because of my slump. So, and I do realize this is coming very late. I apologize. And I also am not gonna have a February TBR up, if you guys hadn't guessed, for this month. Yeah, my life's just been crazy. I'm going to start redoing my little blind date with the TBR thing, because I do have like a lot of books up. Sorry, they're over here, that of like the new books and stuff that I need to like put on that shelf and wrap up and everything, so that I can have just all of the books I'm excited for to pick from for my TBR. So I'm gonna try to get that all ready so that I can have a nice fresh one ready for March. So I'm excited about that. I did want to talk about one book that I was reading in January but did not finish in January, and we'll see if I finish it this month, but that is Image Bearers, an anthology. This is by many different authors, and it's just a pro-life little collection of short stories and some fiction stories, some poems, and lots of scripture verses and stuff. And I've really been enjoying this, but obviously it's little short stories and stuff, so I read one or a couple here and there. I think I'm almost halfway through it, so we will see if I don't finish this up this month. It probably will definitely be finished by the end of March, but I just wanted to update. I'm really enjoying this one a lot. It probably will be a 4 to 5 star type of read for me. And then I did want to give a shout out to my bestie, because her birthday present for me came in and I'm so excited. It's the Cursed Princess Club Volume 4. It came out like the day before my birthday, and I completely forgot that it was coming out, because it was supposed to come out in December and then it got pushed, and so I just forgot that it was coming out so close to my birthday. I'm so excited about this. I have already read it because I went and read the whole thing on Webtoons, but now I can like read through volumes, or the episodes 78 to 93 is what this one contains, just without having to deal with advertisements and all that stuff. And the artwork in this, guys, is just, it's so beautiful. It's so well done. I love it and enjoy it so much. So I'm super excited about that. Thank you so much, Mary. And yeah, that is all my books. That is my talk. My brain's been kind of frazzled, so I apologize if I completely forgot to say something or whatnot about the books. Just, you know, shout at me in the comments and be like, hey, you didn't give me your rating here. Whatever, I will answer it then. But hopefully I will see you guys real soon. Trying to get back into the video making, you know, it's a progress, but I hope you guys have a good rest of your day and your week, and I will see you guys in another video hopefully shortly. Bye.